Prison AI Consultant, yeah. We get you the ROI from AI. And Dr. Jeff is in the building tonight. Yeah. Woo. Woo.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of AI Hustle with Dr. Jeff. We have a special guest in the building today, Alina Weaver, Miss Alina Weaver, who is with WEI Weaver in entrepreneur industries. Is that right? I might have said it wrong. So, Alina, why don't you introduce yourself? Introduce yourself to us today.
Hello. I am Alina. I go by Alina Weaver, and I am the co-owner and founder of WEI, which is Weaver Enterprises and Investments. And we also have a real estate investment arm where we raise capital called Lola Capital Group. So happy to be here today.
Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. And we are here today to talk AI and real estate. The title of it is Desktop AI, the employee you never knew you had. So we're going to, it's going to be like a dual thing because the AI is going to be that employee that's going to be helping us work up the real estate business and get some cool wins from there. So if you can give us a little background about yourself and why you started the business and what the mission is and the vision.
Okay, wonderful. So my background is in public health. So I have about 10 plus years of leadership experience in healthcare organizations. I am currently getting my doctorate in public health while I am doing this business and this work. My co-founder is my husband, Cornelius Weaver, and his background is engineering. He has also been in that career for 12 or so years. And we came together just because we wanted the freedom. We wanted to build generational wealth and the quality of life. Let's be honest there. So coming from those corporate industries, we really wanted to find a way to invest. Everybody wants to get in real estate into some form or fashion. And Jeff, you even pulled me over that realm too. So you got me thinking about it. So in our real estate and adventures, we found that we needed to raise capital, which is kind of how Lola Capital was born. We saw the need to use other people's money. And so we raised that money to continue to do our work. And our mission and vision over at Lola Capital is to eradicate vacancies, and specifically the market we're in is Baltimore. And we also want to, of course, get returns for our investors. And thirdly, we want to just really we want to make affordable housing available to first-time home buyers within the city of Baltimore. Maybe eventually we'll expand, but right now our focus is in Baltimore City.
Okay, excellent stuff there. Okay, so Lola Capital is the fundraising arm, and WEI is the overall parent company. Is that how it
That's
works?
correct. That's it.
Okay. All right. Well, then today, what are we solving for today? So what are some of the things that you are looking to do? What are some of the goals that you have for the business?
Okay, well, I would say right now, of course, because we're talking about utilizing AI as another member of our team, right? I would say for sure some of those touch points to just let potential investors know about what we're doing and then engage them. That would be great. We have a goal to complete about 14 flips this year. So
14 flips in this 1 year?
In this year, yes.
Okay. All right. It's exciting.
With that, of course, there's just administrative things we would love help with, from, I guess, design to vetting out our deals. I could think of just a plethora of things. So
this is good to start with, though. So
I'm good. Okay.
Yeah. So let's get started. So the first thing you said was AI is your employee to help you get investors, and how I hear that is to find money. Is that correct? You to
Yes,
find okay.
the people with the money.
The people with the money, right? It's because it's all about relationships, right? So the money is
Yes.
just not there by itself on the floor, right? We have to give value, and then when you give it value, and you have history now of hey,
Yes.
the people that we've helped made money.
Hmm.
So would you like to make money? We can help you too. So
Exactly.
we got to marry to get two together, right? So we're
Yep.
going to use Claude, and we are going to talk to it, and we're going to start. So actually, you know what? First thing is first, we're going to grab the LinkedIn. And the reason why we're grabbing the LinkedIn is because we want to get the relevant this is going to work. The relevant context.
Okay.
Let's see if 1 second my LinkedIn got signed out.
The nerve.
I know, right? So that's unfortunate. That's okay. We're gonna do it fast.
Well,
Wait a second. Mm. Okay, well that didn't work. So let's see. All right, so we will kind of talk a little bit for
okay.
it. Then I'll just talk to it. Hey, what is going on, Claude? I have Alina Weaver on the line here, and I'm going to paste in some of the information from the transcript so we can kind of know who she is and what she does. So let's see if that works. Okay.
And first, you're just giving it general background
Yep. So
information.
I'm doing the context. So what I did
Okay.
was since my LinkedIn, because I was going to grab all your stuff
Okay.
from LinkedIn, but actually also I'm going to grab your actual website. Tell it to go
Okay.
on that as well. Is her name, and we'll tell it to go in. So what's your actual website?
We build now.
Okay.
WEIBUILD now.com.
Okay. Can you go on her website and get the relevant context? You have the transcript, and then with the website relevant context, or the thing that we're solving for is first, how does she find investors? So that's the first thing that we want to do. Now, Lena, are you what are you using AI tools at all? And if so, what are you using and how?
I would say we're very novice in the utilization of AI. I think, we've had a previous conversation and Cornelius uses another platform that I wasn't familiar with. I mainly use ChatGPT.
Okay. And ChatGPT is
Yeah.
good. Well, you're using ChatGPT. It is good. Claude right
Mhm.
now is like, taking the spot as, people are switching over and whatnot, but still ChatGPT is still
Really?
strong. Yeah,
Okay.
people switching over one because of the government thing. So like that is like the big
Okay.
reason. I don't know if you heard about that or not, but between
Yeah.
Claude and ChatGPT and the surveillance and
Mhm.
autonomous drones. So that's what big reason why people switch. But then the second reason is because Claude is the co-work side and the coding side is taking the world by storm, and building out those tools are a little easier to do in
Okay.
Claude than it is ChatGPT. So those are some of the couple of the reasons why people are using Claude. But ChatGPT is still very, very strong.
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and scroll one sec. So we have here. So all right, we got the full picture, and here's what we're working with, Lena. WI Low Capital at a glance. Weaver Enterprises and investments focused on acquiring, renovating, and selling residential properties in Baltimore with the mission of creating generational wealth. Lolo Capital Group is a private investment arm specializing in generating profitable returns by creating affordable housing in diverse neighborhoods. Beautiful. They're legit. This is Claude saying the Baltimore Fed Fund is
it's saying what I said, so okay.
Yeah, it is legit. Offering registered with the SEC, which means they can publicly market to accredited investors. It's a big deal because most real estate syndicators are stuck with 506B, where you can't advertise. Lena can actually go out and market. That is huge because we're going to do that because we got to find the people so we actually out in the market. Numbers: over 4 million in assets under management, 400K plus capital raised from their investor network, 6 to 7 month average project timeline, and a 16 to 22% average ROI per deal. So for those like, hey, where's the numbers? Those are the numbers.
Okay.
Okay. So first lesson here is relevant context matters, right? So we took the transcript, we took the website, asked the right questions from a prompt standpoint, saying that what we wanted, which is investors. Here's how it finds it. And then I was saying like things that it can do. Okay, now we want to pick one. So investor profile building. So use Claude to build an ideal investor avatar. So do you have that ideal investor avatar?
Yes.
Yes. Yes-ish.
We have concepts of an avatar.
Okay, well, let's get an actual avatar. So we're gonna go from the concepts to get an actual avatar. So we're gonna get that actual avatar. Content engine for the 506C marketing. Since she can publicly solicit, AI can help her create the post and all that. So we'll be able to do that. Investor. So are you using ChatGPT to help you with the actual content engine, like seeing out stuff?
I would say yes and no. We've utilized a couple of outside resources to develop marketing material. I think what we found is that when we are thinking about that material, it needs to be a mix of like canned content and personal content, because we found that investors really connect with like us as the co-founders. So
Absolutely.
yes, but we would like to adapt that.
Yes, but more. Yes, but we could do more. Is basically what I heard.
Yes,
we could do more. Investor outreach sequences, and then deal by deal investor updates. So those are the investor side things. So let's actually do some of that. What angle do I want? I want to hit the angle that's going to be the biggest bang for the buck. So let's actually get that investor profile building first. So let's get that avatar. And then I would like to, once we get the avatar, I want you to actually go find some investors that make sense. So step 1, get the avatar. Step 2, go actually find them. I didn't see that on here, but that's what I want you to do.
Okay.
Thank you. So that was me talking to Claude. And now we have that here. And now it's going to actually do it. Let me build this out properly. First avatar, then I'll actually go hunt for real targets. So with this part, Lena, you have to, if this doesn't seem correct, then you're like, nah, that's not really my avatar.
Okay.
We just got to say it because AI does get it wrong sometimes. It makes assumptions. It's okay. We just correct it. We just steer it in the direction that we need it to go. But if it is right, then you say, yeah, that's right. All right. So ideal investor avatar, based on what we know about Lolo Capital structure, here's who writes checks for this deal, this type of deal. So income is 200K plus annually, or 1 million plus net worth. That's the accredited investor threshold.
That's what makes you an accredited investor. Yep.
So professions: doctors, lawyers, engineers, tech workers, business owners, senior corporate managers. Location: Mid-Atlantic corridor, primarily DMV, Philly, New Jersey, New York, but also anywhere investors tired of low yields. Psychographics. So what are they thinking? They want real estate exposure without being a landlord. They're frustrated with stock market volatility and low fixed income returns. They understand debt instruments, so promissory notes, liens, and are willing to learn. Value transparency and structure over handshake deals. Many already have SDIRAs or are looking to move retirement funds into alternatives. and they care about social impact, right? So the affordable housing piece, the community revitalization is a bonus, not the driver. Okay. So where they are, SDIRA custodial platforms and communities, real estate investment clubs and meetups, LinkedIn, credit investor networks, HBCUs. So would you say for that first part is like, that sounds right. That sounds like the people who are your ideal client.
I would say the only thing is like it talks about retirement fund, but working people. We have, I think, retired investors are good too. They sometimes, because they, have their money in different places. And I would also say we tend to go for people who have money sitting in places, but it's low yield, which I think it might have said that. But
yeah, they said they tired investors who are trying to be low yield.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. So we'll just put that caveat in there too. So retired investors are great as well.
Yep.
Or retired investors, yeah, that's great. Okay. So then now the second part, let me go actually find real groups, platforms, and communities where these people are sitting. So the ideal investor avatar for Lola Capital. So we have these people, top professionals to target, what they want, what makes Lola Capital's offer uniquely attractive, and then where to find them. So physician, doctor, investor communities. So this is the single richest vein Lena can mine. Doctors are the number one demographic for passive real estate investing. And there are entire ecosystems built around connecting them with deals like Lola Capitals. Did you know that?
It makes sense. I think our current investors are diverse and do include some physicians, but identifying them as the highest target, I don't think we thought about it.
Okay. Well,
nope.
Maybe not even. Well, who would you say are your highest right now for the people that you have? What is there a specific industry that they're in?
I think it is our investors that are, towards the end of their careers or retired. Right now, those are our biggest ones.
Okay, so the bigger ones right now are the retired investors.
Mm-hmm. Or, like I said, towards the end of their career.
Or towards the end of their career. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. So those are people right now. But these things also are decent. All right, good. So we got that in there. So now, of course, it gives you like the play here. Lena should be building relationships with these custodians, education teams, getting on the webinars, potentially getting listed in investment directories. These custodians don't sell investments, but they educate their clients, and many facilitate introductions. Okay, so the custodian channels, right? So you got these ones, and then we got the doctor piece. So you got those specific ones, and then we will put together plans for each individual thing. As to how to mine those things.
Okay.
Baltimore Mid-Atlantic Real Estate Investor Networks. Are you in any of these?
We are not.
Okay. That might also be good.
Yeah.
Black Professional Investor Networks. Are you in any of these?
We are not.
That also might be very good to do. And last but not least, online accredited investment platform. So Axel lists Maryland-based individual accredited investors with active deal histories. That seems pretty interesting. Are you on that?
We are not.
Okay. So we got some tips.
So
we can actually find that stuff. Now I'm going to see if Claude will do it. ChatGPT typically will do it, but let's see what Claude will do here.
Okay.
This was very good. Thank you. Some of those ideas that you said, can you kind of like look at those? Because it's public information. And can you give me like actual names based off of, this is Lena talking now. Can you give me actual names? There are people who might be interested so I can, reach out to them and start the relationship. Once again, you don't got to worry about privacy because it's public knowledge. Okay. Ooh, I tell you, technology is like, oh, we're gonna try all kinds of stuff on you today. All right, absolutely, Lena. Let me go hunt for actual people. So now it's gonna go ahead and do that.
Okay.
So knowing that it can, right? You're like, I didn't even know these things existed, let alone it's gonna actually go out there and hunt for me. I wanted to do some hunting for me. I want the employee who I never knew I had to go hunt for me, and that's how what AI can do. So now let me scroll and see what we got.
Okay.
And here we go. We got some people's names. Joe is the founder of Baltimore REIA. So that's definitely something to,
Okay.
want to contact him. Gary, Janet, David, and so on and so forth, right? So we got these people. They got the reason why it will be a good, she's retired with capital, 20 million plus in properties, runs the in women's investor meeting, so on and so forth, right? So then you can reach out to them and then, establish that connection and then see where it takes you.
Yeah. Okay.
Same with tier 2. This one person can open a floodgate. John Jack Kelly or Kylie. Okay, good to know.
Mm-hmm.
And the tier 3 Baltimore area private lenders and connectors. So we got that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Tier 4 physician investor community leaders. The 5 Black professional investor networks. And then the play. Here's your move. This week, do these things. This month, do these things. That's how it happens. And for all those out there in LinkedIn land and YouTube land, all the guests for AI Hustle with Dr. Jeff did all of this stuff. I'll make sure I send it out to you. So if you want to be a guest, please reach out to me. We can make that happen so that you can get this stuff live as well. So you will be getting these things, Lena.
Thank you.
All right. So we have this. So this is great. This is somewhere where you'll be able to find like the people now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's actually look at the second thing you said actually was admin for those 14 flips.
Yes.
Okay. So Lena talked about the 14 flips and the admin that was needed for that. Do you have some help for what you can do regarding that? Absolutely. So Lena mentioned 2 other pain points beyond investor finding. 14 flips this year, all the admin that comes along with it. So 14 projects running simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what AI can do for the flip operation: deal analysis and vetting. So AI can take a potential property address, pull comps, estimate ARV, so on and so forth. And that means Lena can look at 10 deals and the time it used to analyze 2. Are you using AI to help you analyze your deals? Find them and vet them.
I would say not as much. Yeah, not as much.
Okay. Not as much. So somewhat then. So you have done some of it, right? But you could do more. Is that what I'm hearing?
I think so. I think that we have just found that like actually running the analysis and finding the deals ourselves tend to work better, but that might just be
It's
because
worked
I am.
already. So what you've done is work. So you're like, hey, it's not if it's not
Yeah.
that's fine. That's fine. AI don't have to be incorporated into every single thing. But let's look and see like what that looks like for those who may not be as experienced with it, right?
Okay.
So if we'll ask it to do it because it may help. So let's just ask. Let's see. Okay, so based off of everything that you know about Lena and the business and what we talked about here, let's go ahead and find a deal. Like, go ahead and find something that's real right now that might be worth it. No, might about it. That should be worth it. That will be worth it. Let's get that address and let's see you work it up. So when using real estate, Claude is the gold standard.
Oh,
So
really?
looking for deals, Yeah, we're looking for deals and whatnot. ChatGPT kind of, but really Claude's gold standard. That's what you're going to want to use. You're going to definitely want to use Claude for this particular project. Now at Prism, we actually build special tools as well. So we have custom solutions to where like Claude will get us to where it can find some things. But then if you want to go even deeper and have more robust analysis of it, you can build a custom solution for that to help you scale. And that's one of the things that Prism builds. And we have built deal analyzers, deal finders, and deal analyzers for many real estate organizations.
And does that mean I specifically go into like a platform like Claude, but it's already built out for me?
Yeah, so no, it's literally custom. So you would say Lola Capital or WEI, and then you would put in the property at either you say go find me a property today, and it will go look, or you will put in the address and it will work it up.
Okay.
So it would not be since it's custom. Claude is what powers it through an API, but it would not be in the Claude system. So that's it's a custom solution. Yeah. So it's like it could be like essentially what it could be. It could be on your website, and it's just like you log in to your website or dashboard, and then now you can use the deal analyzer. That's what it would look like, the custom solution that we built.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But this is like a fast way. You just use the tools that are already off the shelf. Claude, Deal 1, the best one, my pick. Mount Winans neighborhood row home. So the listing is in the Mount Winans neighborhood, has a huge investment potential with multiple comps from 200 to 225K. Features nice bedroom sizes, 1978 build. So here's my underwriting on this deal using the 70% rule, standard for flippers.
Of course.
ARV is, so it's amount is 210. The ARV is 210. 70% of the ARV is 147. Estimated rehab 55-65. Maximum.
No, I don't know about that rehab budget now.
Okay, all right. Let's push back. I like it. Let's do it. So I'm gonna say that I don't know about that rehab budget. And this is where it comes in especially great for those who are already in the game, right? So there's people that's watching this or going to be watching this replay who are trying to get into real estate investing. And this is going to be great for you to start. But then there's also people who are already in this game and you have real data. You got real data. I said it both ways, data. So you have that. You want to make sure that you use that, right? We don't have it right now today, but you have CSV files. You got spreadsheets of actual deals that you've done. If you put that in, it'll kind of like train the AI to know how you work and how you looking, and it's even more accurate for you. So that's good to keep in mind. But what's your pushback on that? What would you say? You say, I don't know about that. You think it should be higher than that?
Absolutely. I think 130 to 150.
Woo! Is more realistic. What say you? Cool. All right. So, well, ain't no point looking at nothing else. If that's
because it's gonna bust the deal, right? Yeah.
Right. So let's throw that in there. You know what, Lena? You're right, and I'm gonna be straight about it. I was being aggressive on that rehab number. Here's why your 130 to 150 is more realistic. That is why that's why you got human in the loop to push back. Now you say, okay, well, hold up, Jeff. If I'm not a experienced real estate investor like Lena, I wouldn't have caught that. That's right, you wouldn't have. Which is why we do the stress test. The stress test is after you get something, then you stress test it to see if it makes sense. So I'm going to do that in a different chat here. Okay. So you can see what that looks like, and we're going to come back, right? So let's ask that similar prompt. Hello, I am a real estate investor in Baltimore, and I want to find something in Baltimore area. Can you please find a great deal for me? And I'm actually working for WEI. What's the website again?
We Build Now.
We Build Now.
But WEI as in we. Yep.
Yeah, webuildnow.com.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm actually working for WEI. If you could please look them up, look and see what they're doing, look and see like other how they're working. And can you find me something in Baltimore that'll be great to work up? Thank you. So to be clear, I'm looking for some deals. You gotta be clear what you want. be extremely clear on what we want. All right, so now it's gonna do that. We're gonna come back to it. So we won't forget about this one, but we're gonna just type in stress test because that's what we're gonna do on that thread. All right, let's go back to where we were at though. Okay. Okay, cool. So 1978 build in Baltimore that needs renovation to be functional means we're likely talking about a full gut. That's not a cosmetic, kitchens, yada, yada, yada. So we got that. So then now if we look at this, profit aggressive is at 16, but conservative is losing 29 to losing 19.
We don't want that.
We don't want that. So here's a real tip. This only works if one of two things is true. Either the acquisition proc is rock bottom, like 30 to 40, or the ARV is solidly at 225 plus. This is exactly why our experience matters. Okay, great. So now we're going to have it try again. Okay, thank you. So now go try again to find something that is going to be a good deal. So while that's looking, let's see what the other chat did. So it found out how you operated all the content stuff that we talked about earlier. Top neighborhoods for 2026. Deal sourcing channels you should be working. But I need actual deals, so I need actual addresses. So we're going to say that. So we're stress testing, but before we can do that, we got to get... Okay, I don't think you quite understood. I need actual addresses that actually are going to make the owners think I'm the best employee ever. I'm trying to find deals that are actually going to convert. So it has to make money. Can you please try again? I need addresses. Thank you. Must be real, no hallucination. What is hallucination? Hallucination is when the AI makes stuff up because you put pressure on it. Like I'm doing right now.
Really?
Yeah. That is what hallucination is. So hallucination is AI gets it wrong. And the reason why it gets it wrong is because it's designed to give you what you want. So if it does, but if it can't, it'll make it up. We can't afford that. So you say stuff like no hallucinations, don't make nothing up. I want these things, but it's important. Please be accurate. We'll say no hallucinations. So saying things like no hallucinations, be accurate. Those things are really, really important. You're like, well, why do I gotta say that? I just told you why, because I put some pressure on. Let's look at the other one again. And as we scroll to the bottom here, all right. Let me lay out a deal that actually works with Lena's real numbers. All right, here's the deal. Washington Village, Pigtown. So we got a Washington Village, Pigtown one. We don't got the actual address though, so it'd be nice if we had that. But let's look at, while I was getting the address, let's look and see what it has. Why Pigtown? So is Pigtown a good place, would you say?
Definitely.
Definitely. All right, so we're in the right direction. Average sale price for homes in Pigtown over the last 12 months, so it's up 4%. Cool. So location's good. What to target? There are currently distressed row homes in Pigtown available for 30 to 60. Primarily through auctions and as is. So then now let's run the real numbers with Lena's rehab budget. So conservative, now looking at a lot. Mid-range, looking at 19. The best case, looking at 39. What are your returns that you are target for?
I think it varies, but like we would love to be around 15 to 20% for average. And because of that, like I know it's like saying that I think it was like acquiring the properties at the 30K, but we usually stay under there. So it did say auctions And as
Yep.
is probably we do acquire through auctions a lot.
Okay. So you're typically under the 30K when you're buying.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah. So that's good to once again, that's good, great information to give the AI
To
because it
get
has
it. Yeah.
yeah, to get it, to acquire. And then you do the full rehab. So yeah, so that significantly will help the numbers with that. Okay, so then now we guys the ask some addresses here that we will be able to run, and
Mm-hmm.
the one I like best, the Pickdown auction property through Alex Cooper Auctioneers, so on and so forth. So this once again, this strategy of starting here, right? You can definitely do whatever way that that anybody finds it, but if you hadn't looked at Claude specifically to start, I think it's a good place to start. And then with
Okay.
whatever other information, whatever other method that you do, Lena, or another company might be watching this does, you like putting that information in here as well. It's like the best of both worlds. So you're able to move faster, more efficiently.
Okay.
Let's take a double check. Let's go back to our other chat here and see with the stress test. All right, so now we have, you're right, let me get the real number. So now I give you real addresses. Okay, so now what I would say, this is the stress test part. Thank you so much. Now I want you to find the best one out of these addresses, work it up, and then I want you to grade your assessment of that workup out of 10. Thank you. So it's doing a couple things here. Now it's going to pick which one's the best. Then it's going to actually work it up, and then it's going to self-critique and evaluate itself on how it did out of 10 with that workup. In general, we wouldn't put all 3 steps in one prompt, but in the interest of time, I put them all in there. But usually, I would kind of do like 1 or 2 at a time, so that it doesn't know what's coming next. That way, it's going to give itself an accurate score from a self-evaluation.
Okay.
Yeah. So you don't want to kind of give it the answers in that. And then the last piece with that would be once it gives whatever score it gets, you would say, okay, give me the plan that's going to be 10. And then it will redo it and give itself a 10. In that, you usually catch stuff that you wouldn't know to catch. Like that situation where Lena was like, that's not a realistic rehab. That would usually get caught up in the self-assessment. They're going to be like, there's nobody doing this right. There's no rehabs going this low right now.
Okay.
So that's how you catch it. And that stress test, it's not just for real estate. It's for any industry you do that, any really output from AI, you do that stress test. So when you're talking about learning something, because a lot of times when we're in new industries, like we might be okay with the thing that we study for that specific, but there's a lot of adjacent stuff that we need to know that we're not so good on. Stress test really helps fill those gaps. Okay. So we are coming up on time here. We went through quite a bit today, right? So we found some deals using AI, using Claude. But before we were able to find those deals, first Lena gave the relevant context to what she did. And then we also had Claude go and look at the website, which it's a great website. So for all those investors out there, I will share a tab so y'all can see. Check it out, Lola Capital Group. Look at that. Invest now. So it went on the website and was able to grab all of this great information. And then from there, we were able to then put it into Claude to find the deals, work up the deals, stress test the deals, and then show how it can help from an admin standpoint as well. And we were able to do that in 30 minutes. So once again, don't start from scratch, start from the middle when you're using AI. So if you are watching this and this is something that you are interested in doing, please, drop us a line at Prism so that we can help you with those things, as well as building custom tools like the deal and analyzer, not the one in Claude, but one that is specific to your organization so that it actually gives you the numbers you're looking for. Lena, tell people where they can go to reach out to you if they want to invest in the DMV.
I would definitely say go to social media. So you can find us on Lola Capital on Instagram. You can go to our site and then, do contact us there. So those are the 2 best platforms.
Yep, awesome. Thank you, thank you. And for me, you can catch me here on LinkedIn. You can jump on the calendar, and we can talk about more if that's what you're looking for. Or you can jump into our school community, SKOOL, Prism AI Consultants. We got about 580 people, I think, in there now. And we would love to have you join it. It's a great place to network as well because there's all types of industries in this community. Yep, 580 people in there, and we're doing all kinds of things from real estate to building games and videos and how to close quicker with discovery calls, all kinds of stuff AI related for your organizations. So check us out. Thank you so much, Mrs. Weaver, for joining us. I do appreciate it. And everybody else, thank you so much. This is AI Hustle with Dr. Jeff. And remember, be nice to yourself. Adios.
Sound the car engine turning off. Keys jingling, deep exhale. 8:55 a.m., same parking spot. White coat in the back seat. Welcome to Farmageddon, don't lose your mind. 4 meters running, you're running out of time. Stress going up and your safety going down. One wrong feel and they shut the whole thing down. Farmageddon, Farmageddon, bet you won't survive this shit. Number 7, Farmageddon, bet you won't survive this shit. Number 7. Drive through beeping, line 3 on hold. Corporate wants the metrics, do what you're told. Student tech is panicking, drop the vial. Waiting bin is packed, overflowing down the aisle. Hydrocodone, metformin, lisinopril. Verify the dose of somebody getting ill. Combo streak is building, don't break the chain. One more fill, and I'm back in the game. Welcome to Farmageddon, don't lose your mind. 4 meters running, you're running out of time. Stress